In our next story, a house fire threatens to destroy everything in a family's life, and it might have if one man hadn't been willing to buck the odds and try to save their most precious possession. His valiant efforts were captured on tape, and this video miracle is sure to touch your heart. When San Jose firemen responded to a fire at the home of Edward and Marianne Barrell, they learned that the owners weren't home, but that a pet might be trapped inside.
About 10 minutes into the fire, one of the guys comes up to me and says, "John, there's a dead dog inside the house." And I was looking, there was still a little bit of smoke inside the house, and lo and behold, I see the dog, and I saw it taking a couple gasping for breath. And I just looked, I went, oh my God, and I felt for a pulse, and it had a little bit of a pulse there.
Give me air and then I'll
So I took it out in front of the house and proceeded to give it mouth to mouth.
The animal was quite old and barely clinging to life, but John knew that this was someone's beloved pet, and so he continued to administer CPR.
I called for other firefighters to bring me some oxygen, and I was breathing it in and then blowing it into the little dog's mouth, hoping that would give it more O2.
That really wasn't doing the trick. So I thought of using a device in our resuscitator that actually forces air into the lungs. Once we placed that device in operation, I could see right away that air exchange was 100% better.
To the Barrells, this dog was part of their family, and I know dogs, animals are real important to something. I have my own dog, and I have a cat too, and I know they mean a lot to me. So we were working on the dog when Mr. Barrow arrived there, and he was really concerned about what was going on.
Vida had just awakened. It was obvious, at least for the moment, she was going to make it. And she recognized me, I think. The firemen were still putting the house out, things of that sort, doing their job. I focused on the dog, because this was so critical. You lose everything, you still have one thing alive. It's important.
Brad Reynolds was watching from nearby.
And it came to me that this whole thing was the good side of the fire. Them working on the dog and seeing the dog be revived and come around.
We find a lot of animals in houses that are on fire. They become disoriented because of the smoke and, of course, scared. And oftentimes we do find dead animals inside. But fortunately for Vida, she didn't take in enough smoke, and we were able to save her.
Without the fireman's efforts, Vida would not be alive. His efforts were just heroic.
Of all the people in the department, it just had to be John Castro to get involved, to make the difference between life and death in a pet. And he's the kind of person that could take a joke about it.
I got numerous phone calls of dear that goes, "Hey, Captain Kibbles, Captain Dog Breath, I've seen you kiss a lot of dogs in your life." But it was worth it. I mean, it was all worth it. I just did what I thought was the right thing to do and saved a dog.
And performed a small miracle.